All right, so this is Kenny Santos with another MLM Success secret out of Toronto, Canada. This one has to do with startup companies and you know what, the pros and cons of starting up with a startup company and joining a startup business in this wonderful network marketing or multi-level marketing profession. And you know, obviously, some of the great things about startup companies is that you know what, it's ground floor. You get to be at the top of the food chain, and you get to be first, and there's always that great selling feature about being first. However, I'm finding that a lot of people, they're finding out that the growth is a lot easier in an established company. When I say established, we're talking a company that's been around at least 5 years. Actually, you know what, at least 11 years. And there's a reason why I'm using the number 11. And that goes right into the first point, is that most multi-level marketing companies and network marketing companies, they will fail within the first 5 years, period. And you know what, I was just talking with a coaching client today. He's in a company that's 1 year old, and he's super excited, and he's like, you know what, it does this, it does that. He's all excited about it, and you know what, it may last, it may stand the test of time, but there's a 95% chance that it's not going to last. And all of them at the 1 year mark are super excited, and you know what, the skies are blue. Now here's the thing, for all the ones that make it past their first 5 years, 95% of the rest, they won't make it to the 10-year mark. They won't make it to that other 5-year mark. So even though you might be part of a company and it's 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, you know what, they may not make it to the 10-year mark. And just know that there's companies that are just like yours, that you know what, that have excitement, that have a lot of success, but for whatever reason they didn't make it to the 10-year mark. And so any company that's at least 11 years old, they hold a lot of water, they hold a lot of credibility. Part of the reason is that they just can't keep up with the fast growth of the company. They don't have any money put aside to set up for their success, and mostly to keep up with the growth, to invest in more inventory. Something else to think about is that this is a fact. All right, I want you to accept this. If you're in a startup company, is that the comp plan will change. Period. All right, the compensation plan is going to change, and you're going to say we have the best compensation plan on the planet, and every company says that. But the whole fact of the matter is that the company isn't tested yet, and either the comp plan is too hard for people to make money, which obviously is going to pronounce a certain amount of doom for your company, because there's going to be a lot of attrition, or it's too easy and the company is just handing out too much money. And that might seem great, but if the company is handing out too much money and you have a big paycheck and the company is not here next year, then it doesn't matter. All right. And so if the company's handing out too much money, if they're making a comp plan change, it's because, you know what, they want to save the company. And so, and just know this, is every time a comp plan changes, that, you know what, a certain amount of people are going to get excited and a certain amount of people are going to hate it. And you will lose reps in the business, just so that you know. All right. Third reason is that, you know what, it's tough in a startup company because there's no good marketing tools. There might not be any good videos. There's no money to invest in to develop some great, websites. They have these off-the-wall or off-the-shelf websites that look very generic. Also, the brochures, if you get them from the company, they are very they're very expensive, is what I'm getting at. So there's a lack of good marketing tools. And number 4, and this one's a big one, all right, with startup companies, is that there is a lack of good training. You know what? The company isn't tested. The company hasn't made a good duplicatable system. So all the distributors, distributors, I should have said, all the distributors, they're all doing different things. And if you have a bunch of distributors that are doing different things, that means there is no duplication. And ultimately, you know what? I'm a huge fan of that, is that duplication is what makes your organization grow. So, you know what, if you're part of a company that's new, they're probably going to depend on their distributors that are in the field to create those training tools, and that takes you away from actually building your business. That's my attitude about startups. Obviously, this. If you're part of a startup and you're happy with it, then you know what? Stay with it, but don't necessarily fall in love with what's happening, because it may not be there by the 5-year mark or even the 11-year mark. And if it is, you made one of the best decisions of your life, because you're going to ride that wave for a long, long time. However, the stats are really, really against you. You know what? I hope this video was very helpful with you, or for you. If you liked what you saw, in the description of this video, there is a link, and it is a 2-minute life-changing video, and it's already starting to change my life. It's really short, really simple, and really, really powerful. I invite you to watch it, and after you watch it, you know what? I invite you to create a wonderful day. Thanks a lot, and thanks for watching.